Okay, so we're going to be working on our hip abductors today. Glute extensors, or hip extensors, which are glutes. I know nobody's sorry to hear that. And the abductors. Abduction is really challenging. Adductors, which is our inner thigh, we're all plenty strong on. So we're really going to focus on the opposing muscle group. Now, if you have a bench or a step or a stool or a coffee table, you're going to want to raise your feet. We're going to squeeze the butt, lift the hips as high as you can. 20 is our number. Really focus on squeezing that butt. Ten more. Shoot those hip bones up. 12. 15. And 20. So, if you go, man, my back really feels it on that. I know something about you all out there. You all have really tight hip flexors. And this is what I see. My hip flexors are tight, but I still want to get up, so I start arching my back. All right. Use your butt. If you can't go all the way up like me, that is fine. But don't arch your back in order to think you're going higher and helping yourself, okay? So everything we do today, I want you to think about just squeezing that butt as tight as you can. Our goal is to get a straight line from your knee to your hip to your shoulder. Every single thing is going to be a challenge for you. If you know you have a tight groin or a tight hip flexor, this series of exercise for you. So, if you have a tight groin, that means you have strong adductors. And it means that the muscles that balance it up are weaker, okay? So we're going to work on strengthening the weak ones. You're going to find, in order to lift that leg nice and high and to make it easy, your body's going to want to cheat, and it's going to do this. I can lift my leg all day long with my butt sticking out, but I want you to push those hip bones forward, straight line from ears, shoulders, hips, knees, ankle, and lift from there. Don't break that hip. Squeeze your butt as tight as you can, shoulders over your hand. Now this is a 2 for 1. You know I love a bargain. 2 for 1. You're going to feel it down here while we stabilize, and you're definitely going to feel it on top when we lift. 10's our number. Ready, set, as high as you can. It may be parallel, it might not be. That's okay. Hip bone forward, squeeze that butt tight. 6, 7, 8, 9, hold it high, posture check. Get that butt forward. Squeeze, 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 cheeks tight and up. 2, don't let it drift forward. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Woo! Other side. You know me, I like my bargains. 2 for 1. So I was listening to a podcast, and it was Tyra Banks' former employee talking about the fact that no matter how much money she has, she loves a bargain. She cannot pass up a bargain. She'll spend more money buying stuff she doesn't need because it's on sale. Just so happens she and I have the same birthday. Ha! So I can't help myself. Up and down for 10. 2, shoot that hip bone forward. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it here. Again, hip bones forward, squeeze that cheek tight. 10's our number here. 9 and 10. So it may not feel like you're doing much movement. That's fine. This is really physical therapy. All right. Back down. Hip bones nice and high. Squeeze that butt. 20 is our number. 10 more. And 20. Woo. On our side. So I found out she and I had the same birthday because we celebrated our birthday 1 year, many years ago. Same place, same day, standard hotel in LA at the restaurant. Trying to think of his name. Oh, anyhow, it'll come to me after this is over. Hip bones forward, squeeze that butt. He's an actor, he's really weird, and he was there, and he was just as weird in person. And Nicolas Cage. 1, 2, 3. 8, 9, 10. You're going to notice my legs getting lower too. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh my goodness. Woo. Shoulder of the hand, stack. Get that butt forward, squeeze it tight. 1. 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold it and go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, mama. All right, last round. Lift and squeeze. 20 is our number. Ten more. And down. On your side, this is it. Shoulder of the hand, face, chest, pelvis, straight to me, up and down for 10. Squeeze that butt tight, hip bones forward. 8, 9, 10, and go. 1, 2, keep it forward. 3, 4, 5. Ooh. And 10. Oh, good thing it's our last one. Shoulder of the hand, hips forward. Squeeze that. I need to move over just a little bit. Squeeze that butt tight. And go. 8, 9, hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and stretch. All right, crisscross applesauce. Ooh. So remember, can you feel that? Ah! That gave me a toe cramp. Now, my theory behind this is that you all have tight hip flexors and tight adductors. So we're really going to focus on that stretch right now. We're going to go onto our hands and knees right here. And I want you to slide your knees apart as far as you can. Elbows down right here. So I want your knee hip, hip, knee in a straight line. Not back here, straight line. Relax, slowly lower. Now see if you can open up a little bit more. Sink a little bit deeper, hip bones reaching for the floor. Hold yourself up with your elbows. Each time you exhale, sink a little bit deeper. And let's see if you can open up a little bit more. Now, pull your hip bones off north of your knees. So we were in a straight line from knee to hip, hip, knee. Now your knee is above. Again, I don't want you back here. I want you up here. Hip bones reaching for the floor. See how low you can go. Let those knees slide apart. All right, back up on your elbows if you're not still there. And we're going to move our hips a little bit forward and a little bit back to the starting position. Forward, starting position. So we're not going for the heels, we're just going above the knees, to the knees. Above the knees, to the knees. Right in there. See if you can still push those knees out a little bit further each time. Oh. And see if you can hold it there. I'm almost all the way there. I feel like a wishbone. Ooh, doggy. Whew. And now slowly bring your legs together all the way down on your belly. Ooh. Hands underneath the shoulder. Squeeze your buns tight. Keep your hips on the ground as you press your rib cage up. Shoulders down and back, opening up that chest. And again, squeeze your bum tight. Really, really squeeze. Opening up the hip flexors as well as your abdomen. And let's bring it back down to our elbows. On the elbows. Just the head down and up. Now, we're going to add the right foot. Forward with the head. Back with the head. Forward and back. Now keep that head up. Bring the toe up. And then everything goes down and everything goes up. And rest. Okay, now the other leg. We're going to go down as the toe comes up and back. This is my really tight side. I feel like I can barely get my leg off the ground. And I'm working really hard to keep my hip bone down. This is really challenging for me on this side. I feel like I need somebody to stand on me. Now, keep my head up. Toe comes up, and everything goes down. And up. And rest those legs. Child's pose. Okay, hip flexors. I'm going to grab this bench. Use your bench. Face your bench. With your right leg, take a giant lunge forward. All right? So you're just going to hold yourself up on this. You can do this on the ground. It's just harder, especially if you're tight. I'm just bringing the ground up to your hands. So notice I've got this hip open, open, open. Drop those hip bones towards the floor. Ah. Nice big groin stretch, hip flexor stretch. Squeeze that bottom tight. Oh, feel that bigger stretch now. Lift the rib cage nice and high. And shift the hips back, hamstring stretch. So now the leg that's in front becomes a hamstring stretch. We're not done. And go back into that hip flexor stretch. And now we're going to add quadricep, opposite hand as foot. Now, I'm going to assume a lot of us look like this right now because my guesstimate is that we have tight hip flexors. Slowly, 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 slowly bring it all the way down, okay? That's your goal. And I don't want you arching your back. I don't have a bendy back. So by chance, I'm able to keep mine straight. But I really want you to focus on keeping that abs tight. Don't arch your back. Hip bones to the floor, not belly button to the floor. Then start slowly, slowly, slowly bringing that heel to the butt without lifting the hip, okay? So bring the heel to the butt, not the butt to the heel. And release. Once again, the other leg, hamstring stretch. This time, point the toe up to the sky. Can you see that? Before my toes were pointed like a ballerina, now they're flexed. If you feel sharp pain in your butt, go back to the pointed toe. That's okay. And switch legs. Giant lunge forward, drop those hips down, opening up, hip flexor. Maybe you could even feel a little bit of a groin stretch there. I've been doing these exercises and these stretches all day with every client today. I'm feeling really, really loosey-goosey right now. And I know my butt's going to hurt like crazy tomorrow. Not mad about that. Each time you exhale, sink a little bit deeper in the hip bone. Again, I don't want your belly button reaching for the floor. I want your hip bone reaching for the floor. And shift back, hamstring stretch with the other leg right here. See how my toes are pointed? Watch that back. Try not to round the back, and especially don't take your tailbone and tuck it under like that. Watch my tailbone go boink. That's what I want. And bring it back down. Again, that hip bone reaching nice and low. This time, opposite hand as foot, adding a quadricep stretch to it. Sink nice and deep with that hip bone. As you loosen up, bring that heel to your butt. Again, don't bring your butt to your heel. Bring the heel to your butt. Really open up that hip flexor in front. Keep that butt down. I know how tempting it is to stick your butt out. Don't do it. Don't do it. Keep pulling that heel to the butt. Ooh! Yeah. and release. Hamstring stretch again. This time, we're flexing. Now watch my back. Yep, stick that tailbone out. Don't tuck it under like a dog who's in trouble. Stick it out. T and A. Chest up, butt out. If you feel a sharp pain right here in your butt, or even anywhere down that leg, go ahead and point the toes. That's fine. And together. Okay, so your homework. Squeeze your butt on your knees. Push those hip bones forward. Try to get a straight line from your ears to your shoulders to your hips to the knees without doing this. All right? When you feel like your hip flexors are getting tight or you've been sitting at your desk too long, I want you to get on your ground, on your knees, squeeze your butt, push those hip bones forward. Squeeze that butt as tight as you can. Don't tell me that doesn't feel good. Oh, right there. Open big. And circle your shoulders back for 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath up, out. Big social distance hug. And I hope you have a great weekend.